Operation Essential Flow. In the spring of 1999, as the Kosovo conflict reached a breaking point, the world witnessed one of the fastest and largest refugee crises in modern European history. As NATO's air campaign against Yugoslavia intensified, hundreds of thousands of ethnic Albanians fled Kosovo, by foot, by car, in overcrowded trucks and buses into neighboring countries like Albania and North Macedonia. Camps were overwhelmed, roads were choked with desperate families, and humanitarian agencies were stretched to the brink. In response, NATO launched Operation Essential Flow, a massive airlift mission to relieve pressure on frontline states by relocating refugees to safer destinations across Europe and beyond. Operation Essential Flow was a humanitarian air bridge. Its mission was clear: evacuate vulnerable refugees from overwhelmed border camps and fly them to host nations that had volunteered to receive and care for them temporarily. It was a logistical marvel executed under extreme pressure, requiring rapid coordination between NATO, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, and dozens of participating countries. Military transport aircraft, C-130s, C-17s, and civilian chartered planes began flying daily missions out of Skopje and Tirana. Each flight carried families torn apart by war, many of whom had witnessed the destruction of their homes and the loss of loved ones. These evacuees were flown to Germany, Norway, Turkey, the United States, the United Kingdom, and other NATO countries that had opened their doors. The operation wasn't just about movement. It was about compassion in action, turning global political will into life-saving logistics. What made Essential Flow especially significant was its speed and coordination. Within weeks, tens of thousands of refugees had been safely relocated. NATO forces on the ground facilitated boarding, helped families through security, and ensured that medical needs were met before flights. Many of the refugees had arrived at the borders exhausted, malnourished, and traumatized. Essential Flow gave them immediate relief and a chance to begin healing, even if only temporarily. But the mission also had strategic weight. By relieving pressure on Albania and North Macedonia, two fragile countries themselves, Essential Flow helped prevent regional destabilization. Had those border camps collapsed or turned into sites of disease and unrest, the consequences could have spiraled across the Balkans. NATO's airlift didn't just move people, it protected stability in a region already pushed to the brink. Despite its relative quiet in the media, Operation Essential Flow represented NATO at its most human. It wasn't about military might or strategic bombing. It was about using logistics, mobility, and coordination to protect the innocent. It was a rare moment when military aircraft became lifelines and runways became escape routes from terror. The operation concluded as the war ended and Kosovo's refugees began returning home. Many of those evacuated eventually resettled in their host nations or returned to rebuild their lives in Kosovo. For them, Essential Flow was more than just a flight. It was survival. In the broader story of NATO's Kosovo intervention, Operation Essential Flow stands as a reminder that victory isn't always measured in airstrikes or ceasefires. Sometimes it's found in the safe arrival of a family, the relief in a mother's eyes, or the first warm meal after weeks of fear. It was a mission of mercy, carried on wings of resolve.